Hey guys, and welcome to the Igloo, and today we're going to be talking about the two-shot explosive prime handmade. One of the best weapons in the game, and using the prime receiver that you get from the queen. So we're going to get into it. First of all, thank you, GaelicSamuri, for actually giving me this weapon and making sure so that I can actually do proper testing for everybody that would be in this channel and stuff. Like, honestly, thank you. First of all, describing this weapon, this is probably the highest damaging weapon possible. Okay, it's one of the most highest rate of fire weapons that you can possibly have before you get damage bugged. Now, you have one of the best ways to actually incorporate this, because what I personally use my loadout for with this is I use a suppressor and I use the drum mag, and I make sure that I have at least a red dot sight, because that is the best combo that I really personally like when I'm actually holding this weapon and having this like 2 god roll actual weapon, level 45 handmade. Is really effective, and it's probably one of my best guns that is in my trade, and it's one of the most sought after weapons on Reddit. It's probably up there with everything else. People are trading full inventories for this weapon, and some people have, and I'm very shocked and amazed that people are just like, I'm gonna drop everything for this. I'm gonna make sure that I have this weapon. Now, when you're firing this, and if you fire it in full automatic, you're literally making a death wall of explosives, because anything that's an explosive that you hit fire pretty much carpet bombs that whole area, and you're pretty much going to one-shot everything. Because with the partial min-max build that I've been using, like, I've been having almost 800 to 1,000 damage per shot, and that is nutty. And how I would currently use it compared to when they actually fixed the damage bug is that I would tap it. Just keep tapping and making sure so that you don't do too much damage, but at the same time you are doing the damage. I will say, and I will make sure to be very clear with, that if you fire at close range and close to your face, you will die. You will die often. It doesn't matter if you have the best armor in the game and you have the best damage absorption. You're probably going to die if you are shooting 1,000 damage per shot that's in an explosive form. It's very overpowered, and it's one of the many guns that are out there that are two-shot explosive that are extremely powerful. Now, how I personally use it is I actually fire it and tap it. I tried it with the queen. No, at the current state of the game, I got damage bugged 12 times during the queen for this weapon. If you like to see something else, I would go to a 2-shot regular weapon, which was my last video, talking about this same instance that was happening. But again, be very careful of the damage bug. I would rather have a 2-shot regular weapon so that you can actually fight the queen. Now, for everything else, yeah, you can use it, but you're risking damage bugged or anything else. Personally, what I use is a 2-shot explosive harpoon. It's really fucking powerful, and it does a lot of things that you can possibly have. Now, after all that is said, after they fixed this patch, and they've said this on Reddit, and then they took down the message immediately. It was first translated in German, okay? And it says that they're fixing PvE damage. And that's the most important thing that we pretty much have at the high end, because for a lot of people that are min-maxing in different ways, whether they're using, like, my armor, which is like full unyielding, or they're using different types of armor, it's very important at the very end to be like, hey, this needs to get fixed. The people that are loyally grinding and playing your game really honestly want to have this fixed. And I'm glad that they're actually going to put this kind of patch out, but they kind of leaked the patch notes, and they said it was going to be for the 19th of December, but they immediately took that down. Honestly, I think personally that it's not ready out. It's not ready for being patched yet, or the new version is not ready because there might be some bugs that we might not know of when it comes out. But here's the most important thing, finally, that I can say for this weapon. This weapon, in both hardened receiver form and prime form, is very affordable. When you are crafting this ammo, it's 78 shots, okay? And then if you have super duper on, you can double that. You can make sure that you have everything that you possibly need. Now again, if you like to have that kind of prime ammo, you're going to need to have the prime receiver, okay? That's very important if you're going to want to do superior damage to Scorched. Currently, I would say don't use it on the Queen at all. Please don't. Really, just don't. It was terrible. We didn't kill the Queen. I was pretty much the only one in our group at the current time that really had a very good weapon to kill the Queen with. But, like, especially I was mid-max, so I was doing some testing, and it cost us doing a single Queen this time. But, again, like I said, wait for the patch, make sure everything's good, and being completely honest, at the very end, I know I said GaelicSamuri at the very beginning, but in the Fallout 76 market, there is a way that you can actually give people karma, is that you comment. So if you find GaelicSamuri stuff, make sure that you comment, and then you give one of his comments karma. Okay, he's honestly gave me this weapon so I can actually preview to you guys, and he did not need to do that. And he was being a really nice person, so please give him some love if you are actually on Reddit yourself. I don't try to promote myself on Reddit when it comes to this kind of stuff, but when somebody gives me a weapon to show off and to actually like show people, especially because this is a 2-shot explosive god tier, send them some love. So if you guys like this video, please leave a like, leave a comment down below, and have a good one, guys.